Sometimes the absolute hardest thing to do is nothing. You sit down, the room gets quiet, and instantly a physical tension creeps in. The silence doesn't feel relaxing, it feels loud. Almost automatically, your mind starts pulling up old files. You find yourself replaying conversations from 3 days ago, analyzing an offhand comment, and trying to predict exactly how tomorrow's meeting is going to unfold. Before long, you are imagining the absolute worst-case scenarios. You are stress-testing relationships, your career, and your finances against catastrophes that haven't even happened yet. When this happens, you aren't being lazy, and you certainly don't lack focus. Your brain has simply spent so much time in survival mode that the sudden absence of a threat feels incredibly suspicious. Stillness registers as danger. To deal with that perceived danger, the brain starts negotiating. It convinces you that if you just think hard enough, you can anticipate every pitfall and entirely avoid future pain. If you prepare enough, nothing will go wrong. You weigh the burden of constant analysis against the promise of total safety. Because of this, overthinking takes on a disguise. It tells you it's being responsible, when really it's an endless cycle of overanalysis. This desperate attempt to think your way out of discomfort doesn't actually protect you. It creates a mental vacuum, trapping you in a cycle where you are always preparing for life, but rarely experiencing it. If we look inward at what this mental churning actually accomplishes, we run into a hard truth. Constant thinking rarely translates into actual clarity. What feels like a search for a solution is often fear grabbing control. Your mind throws out rings of analysis to box in unpredictable variables. But the moment you try to pause, the system flags inaction as a vulnerability, lighting up warning signals. We categorize this exhaustion as proactive problem solving, yet the mechanism is driven by a misdiagnosis of our own fear. We keep the engine running long after the work is done, simply because we are terrified of the silence. Slowing down requires us to push through that initial wave of intense discomfort. When the noise disappears, the silence leaves us exposed. That mental noise served as a protective barrier. It gave us a task to focus on. But once that defensive wall drops, we are forced to look at what was hiding beneath it. You finally meet yourself underneath all that frantic planning, the human version, the deeply, quietly tired version of yourself. That version has been carrying the weight of past regrets and future anxieties for too long, and right now it does not need to solve your entire life tonight. Recognizing that exhaustion changes how you have to respond. This underlying version of yourself doesn't need more pressure or more analysis. It needs the patience and kindness we usually reserve for others. Healing begins the moment we accept that we don't have to solve every future conflict tonight. The pressure to figure everything out immediately is a weight we are allowed to set down. Not every thought deserves your attention, and not every uncertainty demands an immediate defensive reaction. Life rarely unfolds all at once. True clarity arrives slowly, through rest, presence, and patience. It does not come from panic or trying to force certainty into tomorrow. When we stop trying to strong-arm the future into giving us guarantees, something shifts. Genuine peace enters quietly, filling the spaces we used to pack with worry. So if your mind feels heavy today, try this. Take one deep breath, let your shoulders drop, and physically release the tension you are holding. Let go of predicting exactly how the week will go. Return to this exact moment, because right here, right now, is enough to hold you. You do not need to solve everything at once. You can allow your mind to rest. You can choose peace over endless analysis, and pause without losing control. You can trust yourself to handle life, step by step. We are so often told that peace is a reward, a prize we only get to earn after every single problem is perfectly fixed and filed away. But that is a lie. Peace begins the exact moment you choose to stop fighting yourself.